Welcome to a new interview. This time is going to be special for basically two reasons. This is going to be the first time that I have an interview face to face, in person, and also it's going to be very special because it's someone who is not from the USA. In this case, you're going to be meeting Elder Tarawa from New Zealand. I hope you enjoyed this interview. It was quite special. We talked about many things, differences, life, his experience living here in Argentina for some time. I hope you really enjoy this interview. Bueno, do your best.
Okay.
Good luck.
If I fail?
You won't get a second chance.
No.
Okay, let's see.
Ah,
¿Qué pasó?
we're already recording.
We were recording already.
Mm-hmm.
No, how? ¿Cómo pasó eso? I cut out all the... Otra vez.
Este video es presentado por Avenida Digital. Avenida Digital te ayuda a digitalizar tu negocio. Si lo que buscas para tu agencia inmobiliaria es captación concreta de clientes potenciales, captación de propietarios o incremento sustancial de tus operaciones inmobiliarias, Avenida Digital tiene la solución. Avenida Digital hace que tu negocio inmobiliario no tenga techo.
Okay, well, thank you so very much for accepting to do this. I know you feel a little bit embarrassed or under pressure, but that's okay. Are you okay? Do you accept to do this
I accept.
with all the consequences?
I guess so. We'll see about that.
Well, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit, say your name, where you're from, and all that.
Okay, well, I'm Elder Tarawa. Well, my name's Javier or Javier. I come from New Zealand.
Can you say your first name again?
Well, Javier, which is
Can you spell it?
Javier.
Well, we would say Javier,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you pronounce it?
Javier.
Interesting.
It is a bit strange, and normally in English it would be Xavier, but
Wow.
it's a bit different.
Yeah, a little bit.
And so, I'm born in New Zealand.
Stop saying bueno.
Sorry, can't help it.
River number one.
Okay.
So you are from?
I'm from New Zealand.
What is the name? What is the name exactly in New Zealand where you're from?
Well, the real name is Aotearoa of New Zealand.
Uh-huh.
That's the original name. I come from there. I was born there, and well,
You were born. You were not born in New Zealand, right?
I was born in New Zealand, but almost all my family was born in Australia. My dad is born in New Zealand, and he's from there. But my mum, she was born in Australia, and all my siblings born in Australia también, as well.
Flipper number two. Strike two. All right. Do you say your age?
Nope, I'm 21 years old, and well, I'm 21 years old, and I'm here serving as a missionary in Argentina, Buenos Aires, and that's my life right now, serving as a missionary with the Church of Jesus Christ, and it's a pretty good life.
So that's why you're speaking Spanish the whole time, right? How is that going?
I'd say it's going pretty well. It's being involved or completely surrounded by the language makes it a lot easier to get your mind all into it the whole time. At the start, definitely, when you're learning, it's quite difficult, especially sometimes you have companions that only speak English, and then learning that and having to change is a bit difficult sometimes. But with time, you definitely learn and get used to it.
That's why you're struggling, like having to switch again to English when your mind is set in Spanish in this moment right now. Well, that's good. That's good. Maybe then we can test your level of Spanish a little bit. But
That's fine.
there's something
Another
else
day.
there's something else I would like to do now.
Mhm.
I have some pictures here
Okay.
with different things, and I'm going to ask you what you call them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because I'm guessing there might be some differences, like what you call them or maybe the way you pronounce them.
Okay.
You know. Okay. So this is the first one. Can you see it?
A taxi.
Do you only call it a taxi?
I think so. Bueno.
No estaba grabando nada.
No.
Hola.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, what do you call this?
That is a bench that you would find in a park, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And I call it a bench too. But now, what do you call that?
That's the kitchen bench.
So for you, this is a bench too.
Mm-hmm. They're
Well-
both benches.
Well, I would call the other one a bench, but this one I would call it a counter or a
Mm.
counter. The kitchen counter.
Mm-hmm. I think you could call it as a counter, but it's a bench.
Okay. What do you call a counter? The one in the store?
Yeah, I think a counter it more refers to being in a store. You'd see it on the counter. More refers to going. If you go buy something, then they'll be on the counter. It's a bit more formal,
Okay.
I think.
Right, but for you, in the kitchen, this is the kitchen
Kitchen bench.
kitchen
Mhm.
bench.
Kitchen bench.
Okay. The four seasons.
Four seasons.
How do you pronounce them?
We have winter, summer, spring, and autumn.
And would you call autumn the fall also?
I would never call it the fall. No.
Interesting. I think in American language it's quite common to say winter, spring, summer, fall.
Mm-hmm.
Not in New Zealand.
No, you would never hear that in New Zealand. Never.
Okay. The way you pronounce these ones, like winter and summer, you pronounce them
Winter and summer.
very good. What do you call that?
That would be a truck.
Would you call it a lorry?
I wouldn't call it a lorry, no.
And if you hear someone saying a lorry, would you understand?
Yeah, I think you would understand what it would mean by a lorry. Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. What do you call that?
That is a taxi.
Would you call it a cab?
No.
No? And if I say that I need a cab, would you understand?
I would understand mainly just because I've seen that in movies.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But just taxi. You would say taxi for this.
Mm-hmm. Only a taxi.
Okay. What is that?
That's the lounge.
The what?
Lounge.
Lounge. Isn't that a couch? Would you call it a couch?
I think it could also be a couch.
So suppose you're visiting a friend and you're gonna stay over and say, okay, don't worry, I can sleep on the. You wouldn't say I can sleep on the couch.
No, I'll sleep in the lounge.
Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. How do you spell it?
Lounge.
Good. Okay. Well, I didn't know that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, would you ever say sofa?
I would say that as well. I think we can use the three different ones.
Okay. Interesting. What are those?
Those are shoes.
Yeah. What kind of shoes? I'm thinking of words like trainers or sneakers, running shoes, something like that.
A ver. What would I call that?
If you're gonna go for a run, you're
Mhm.
gonna play sports.
If I was gonna go to play sports, I would go in my sneakers.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sneakers.
Sneakers for sports and all that, and then for all other types of shoes, it'd be normal shoes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know that you can say shoes like in general,
Mhm.
referring to all of them in general. But when I have to say these, like I never know if to say like trainers or sneakers or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's a difference. But well, I just wanted to see which one you would
Mhm.
use. So you would say sneakers.
I would say sneakers. I wouldn't say trainers. I wouldn't say specifically no.
Okay. What about that?
That there is an elevator.
Again?
Elevator.
Okay, I say elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you ever use the word lift?
Yeah, lift as well. Is it going to lift? Mm-hmm.
Any. Like, either way.
Going to lift and elevator. I think in general we would use elevator, but as well you can use lift.
Awesome. Great. Okay. What are those?
Those are gum boots.
Again?
Gum boots.
Gum? Like chewing gum?
Yep.
Okay. You know what I would say?
No.
Well, I mean, in American English, if I'm right, I think they call them rain boots.
We do use them for the rain, just they're gum boots.
Yeah, I hope you use them for the rain. But gum boots, okay, interesting. Not even rubber boots.
Nope.
Why gum?
I think it has something to do with how they were originally made. How the boots were originally made with the gum of a certain tree. But
Okay, maybe. All right. Okay. Oh, sorry, but if these are like gum boots or rain boots, what is this?
that will be
I would say raincoat.
I would call it a raincoat as well. Mm-hmm.
Okay. No gum coat.
No, not
Okay.
gum coat. No.
All right. So cars go on the street
Mhm.
and people walk on the
Side street.
side street? Really? I was expecting, I mean, I wanted to see if you would say sidewalk or pavement, but you have a third version. So what do you call it again?
On the side street.
I mean, it makes sense. It's on the side of the street. Side street. Okay. But if I say sidewalk, you would understand.
Mm-hmm.
What? How about pavement?
If you say pavement, I think more specifically of the material compared to a specific area.
Oh, but if you hear that someone was walking on the pavement,
Mm-hmm. It'll be. I would think of someone's walking on concrete, for example. It doesn't
Okay.
mean anything specific to me. Mhm.
okay, all right, okay. Sometimes it sounds confusing to me too, because when I hear pavement, it sounds very much like pavimento,
Mhm.
but pavimento makes me think of the street, not the sidewalk.
Mhm.
So, but okay. So, side street, that's what you call it.
I believe so.
You have your doubts? Well, you're starting to forget. How long have you been outside New Zealand?
I've been outside of New Zealand now for 17 months. It's been a while.
It's not too long, but it's some time.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do you call those?
That would be an ice block.
Again?
Ice block.
Ice block.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound like the name of a candy or something, It sounds like a block. Like you can make a wall with it. I forgot what they're called in American. Popsicles.
Popsicle.
Does
Yeah.
that sound familiar to you?
It sounds familiar, not from personal use or hearing it anywhere, just hearing it from movies more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are those?
Those are lollies.
Lollies. Okay. Would you say candy?
I would not call it candy, no.
No? Sweets?
In some cases, you could call it sweets, but it's a bit rare to say that.
When you say lollies, makes me think of lollipops. What do you call those?
Lollipops. Same.
Okay. Well, it kind of makes sense. Lollies and lollipops.
Yeah, you got one that's. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but I would call those lollies.
Okay, interesting. What about that?
Those are nappies for babies. Yeah.
Do you know what I will say?
Diaper. Diaper.
Diapers. Yes. Yeah. Diapers, and you say again?
Nappies.
I think that would be the British version, right? Oh no.
I haven't lived in Britain. Not sure.
I think that's what they call them too. Yeah. Okay. How do you pronounce this one versus this one?
Okay. So we have bear and we have a bear.
Say it again.
Bear and bear.
Okay, so there's a difference in the pronunciation, but it sounds, for some reason, it sounds like very close the way you say it, like beer and bear. And you say
Bear and bear.
so close. It might sound confusing. They might bring you this if not. Okay, now these are little phrases. I'm going to ask you to read them.
Okay.
In this case, we're going to be checking the way you pronounce these phrases. Okay.
I feel it's a good deal.
Once again.
I feel it's a good deal.
Okay. It's interesting how you pronounce the L at the ends, at the end of the word.
Mm-hmm.
Feel and deal. And you say?
Feel, deal.
It's closer to a vowel rather than the consonant. It's interesting. How about this one?
I like my new life.
Once again?
I like my new life.
Okay, I don't know if there's much difference in this one. I was expecting maybe with the diphthongs. But
I'm not sure what that is.
the two vowels together, like I, I, but okay. How about this one?
G'day, mate. Good day, mate.
This is a typical Australian greeting, right?
It is typically Australian and is also sometimes used in New Zealand. Mm-hmm.
Could it be that when an Australian guy pronounces this one, it sounds a little bit different to what you are saying?
Yeah, it'll be a bit more stronger. It'd definitely be stronger. More like, g'day, mate. More like that.
Okay. All right. What about this one?
All the girls in the world work hard.
Once again.
All the girls in the world work hard.
So there's something with a little R, basically you don't pronounce them. So once again.
All the girls in the world work hard.
Interesting. All the girls in the world work hard. Mm-hmm. That's what I would say. Okay. All right. Well, why don't you share with us a little bit about your experience learning Spanish? How has it been, or what has been the difficult part about learning Spanish?
Okay. Well, it's definitely been a progress. Well, almost from zero. I studied a little bit of Spanish in school. It didn't really help me that much. When you go into a whole country that speaks it, you hear a lot of things and it's hard to understand exactly.
It's not the same.
No. I definitely study a lot to try to understand, and then that's definitely helped. I think one of the hardest parts is, first of all, is trying to get the people to understand what you're saying. I think when I started learning, something that really was hard was for me to put together make sense of everything. I could understand the words, but how they work together was the hard part.
How about the pronunciation? Did you struggle with pronouncing the words in Spanish, or do you feel that part is the easiest, probably?
I think the pronunciation in general isn't too hard. There are a few different sounds that are quite hard to make. With a bit of practice, you can get them, but...
Like the sound of R?
El R...
Oh, you did great. Say perro.
Perro.
That's just perfect. I think it's better than mine.
I also had to practice a bit. I think in New Zealand as well, there is another language of Maori, and there the double R or the R's are pronounced not as hard as a rolled R, but it is as well there. So I've had to practice a bit. In that.
Speaking about that, that is another language in New Zealand, Maori or Maori.
Maori.
Okay. Do you know some phrases, some words that you could share?
Okay. Well, to say hello, hola sería kia ora. And then
It sounded like que hora. Like what time?
I've heard that a lot.
Okay.
Kia ora can be used as, well, it's actually two words, but it's used as saying, well, greeting, as well can be a sign of showing that you're like de acuerdo con algo.
Okay. Like an okay.
Like
Like you agree.
I agree to that, yeah.
Okay.
And then kia kaha, that would be kind of stay strong. It's a saying, stay strong. Kia te pehe a koe, that would be to see how someone is, how you're doing.
How you doing?
How you
It's another
doing.
greeting.
Kia te pehe a koe.
Uh-huh.
What else? Ka pai, very good. Yeah.
Most of people in New Zealand speak Maori, or is it like fading away? What is it?
I think a few years ago it was fading away. There was a kind of a turn from a lot of people from Maori, but now it's coming back. It's coming back strong, and
What caused the change?
just a focus, I think, from people seeing that it's losing it, so people want to focus more on the culture, and so we don't lose something that's so special to us.
It's part of their identity as well, so it's good that they keep it.
For sure.
Well, I really appreciate it that you accepted to do this. I know it's not easy to be recorded, I know, but it means a lot. Did you enjoy?
It's been good. It's been interesting.
Do you feel you passed the test?
Not really. But we'll
you
see
did.
about that.
You did great, so thank you so very much. I hope that everybody understands and enjoy, and they learn something more out of this experience. So thank you so very much.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.